So keeping our models moist, soaking in our water, we now have to finish trimming them up and making them look very professional. So we're going to remove with a knife any extra edges just with hand trimming. We just want to clean them up. Just want to knock off any sharp edges and smooth them off with a knife. Once I've cleaned all that up, and it's going to take a little bit of strength and power in your hand just to trim it up and smooth it off. I want to get rid of any lumps or bumps that are not a part of the model. So I have my models trimmed down from using my knife. I'm going to use some broken instruments from in the clinic, and any lumps or bumps that are not a part of the anatomy around the teeth, I'm going to go in and I'm going to clean them off. So around every tooth, I'm going to use one of these instruments and just go around. Notice that I'm fulcruming so that I have control. And I'm just going to clean up both of my models. I'm going to clean any anatomical, non-anatomical bumps out from around my bases in the vestibular area, all around the teeth, and I want to make these as clean and perfect as I can. Now that I've finished cleaning up any non-anatomical bumps around, I want to fix up my base. So I'm going to take a little bit of stone in a cup, I'm going to wet my finger, dip it in the stone, and I'm going to just rub it on the area where there's any kind of a void in my base, and I'm going to fill up any holes or voids. I'm going to take a dry paper towel and I'm just going to wipe it off. So I'm not making a second base. All I'm doing is filling in any of the voids and then rub it off. I'm going to do that all over the sides. The one thing that I cannot do is rebuild anything anatomical. If there's a void in any of the anatomy from originally pouring up my model, that has to be poured up properly. We can't start changing anatomy or rebuilding anatomy because it'll never be the same as the patient. So this is basically just fixing up our base. Using a Sharpie that is waterproof, I'm going to make sure that my patient's name is written on the model. I also want to make sure that the date the impression was taken is also written on the model. I'm going to write it on both the top and the bottom, the maxillary and the mandibular. I'm going to put my wax bite in between my models